Hey girlies, and thank you so much for checking out my video. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for checking out my video and thank you for subscribing. If you're new, hopefully you like my video. Make sure to check out our first video with me and my friend Sarah, or come next week to look at her video. Today I'm doing a true crime video, and I am doing it on the case of Chris Watts. This is a case about a man who brutally murdered his pregnant wife and 2 kids. I'm not going to get into great detail about what happened with the case, out of respect for the victims' families. Um, so this will just be like, a video covering certain facts and things that happened in the course of this case. Chris Watts was born on May 16th, 1985 in North Carolina. Him and Shannon met in 2010. Shannon had some health complications. They both met, they fell in love, and they got married. Shannon worked for a company to promote like weight loss supplements. She did very well. Like some people who go into that field, they don't make an earnable wage, so they drop out. But Shannon did quite well for herself when it came to this. She also had a very active Facebook where she posts her life with Chris and their 2 daughters, Celeste and Bella. Bella was 4 at the time of the murder, and Celeste was 3. Chris and Shannon met in 2010. They didn't get married until 2012, and I'm going to pronounce this name wrong, so if I'm pronouncing it wrong, please try to correct me. I could find on online records was that they were married in Mecklenburg County on November 3rd, 2012. So where this crime took place was in Mecklenburg, Colorado. Shannon and Chris were having marital problems, and Chris had a side woman. I'm not going to say side piece. He had a side relationship. Let me say that. He had a side relationship with a young woman. I'm not going to say her name, but he had a relationship with a young woman. There's also reports that he had relationships with other people, also including men, but I couldn't figure out if that was true or false. Shannon went on a business trip to Arizona, and Chris stayed at home. This happened prior to the murders, like I think a week or a couple days before the murder. Shannon went away to Arizona for a business trip, and Chris stayed at home to watch the 2 girls, Bella and Celeste. There's video footage from the police officers where the neighbor who has the videotapes, and we'll get into that part in a second, he said that Chris and Shannon were arguing so bad that they were yelling, and they lived close together, but it was kind of like a subdivision. So for them to hear the arguing from Chris and Shannon's house to their house, it had to be some very loud arguments. But the neighbors also said that they thought something happened when Shannon went away for her business trip. But she came back August 13th, 2018 at 1:48 a.m. She was dropped off by her friend while Shannon was away. Apparently Chris and Shannon texted and, had a really good conversation, so they're going to work it out for the safety of their 2 kids or for the well-being of their 2 kids. Also for their unborn child, which was going to be a boy. His name was Nico. So Shannon came home, hopeful that everything was going to work out, but little did she know, and little did anybody know, that Chris had already planned on murdering her when she got home. So she did get home at around 1:48 a.m., getting a ride from her friend, and she was never seen again. The same friend that dropped her off that morning also is the one who called the police and reported her missing because she missed a doctor's appointment. So there's also video footage, and like I said, I'll link it down below. There's video footage that Chris's neighbor recorded, which he had a motion sensor camera. So every time there was a movement, the camera would catch it. So the neighbors said that the camera would pick up from cars coming from like way down the way, like way down the street on both ends. And it would pick up literally the smallest detail. It would pick up like a car light passing through or anything, any kind of movement that would catch the camera's eye, it would turn on. So Chris's whole story at the beginning was that Shannon must have ran away. In the police footage, you can tell that he's very nervous. He keeps putting his hand over his head, and usually that's a sign. So that's a way to calm yourself down. Get as much airflow in your system as possible. He's seen doing that a lot. He's shaking back. He's not shaking, but he's rocking back and forth. while watching the videos because he watched the video.
But it's true. We look away from things we don't like and we look at things we do like. This includes automobiles, homes, jewelry, and even security footage. Second, the fact that he looked all the way around to the front door shows that he wants to get out of there. Third, very deep breath. Fight or flight instinctual defense mechanism kicked in. This naturally happens when we feel threatened. Our body's heart rate increases quickly in preparation for a fight or to run away.
There was no movement after Chris left. Chris left sometime in the 5 o'clock hour that morning where he was going to work. But in the video, you can see him backing his truck up into the garage. He said that he was loading tools, but it was later confirmed by the neighbor that he never backed his truck, he had a truck. He never backed his truck up into the driveway to collect tools. All he had was a bag that was probably carrying a laptop, a lunchbox, and a jug of water. So it was a 5 o'clock hour is when Chris left. And there was no movement seen in that house since. Hey everyone, I know I'm in a different outfit and my hair is a bit different. I had my video recorded and halfway through editing, the ending half of this video just shot out. I guess it was bored. So I'm re-recording it. This is a whole different time. I came back from my trip and everything, so we'll finish. Chris claimed at 5 a.m. that's when he left, in the 5 o'clock hours. With his neighbor's security cameras, like I showed you in the previous clips, there was no movement after the 5 o'clock hour, after Chris left. So there's no way that Shannon and the children could have left. They could have gone to the mall. One of the neighbors suggested, they were like, could she have gone to the pool? No. Chris claimed that she was supposed to go to her parents' house, couldn't go to the parents' house because the neighbor's cameras, I think I've already said it, they go from one side of the street to the other side of the street, and nobody saw Shannon anywhere. There was a blind spot in the video footage, but you would have to legit walk to the blind spot, and the camera didn't pick up anything. After Shannon got home from her business trip, Chris killed her. Then he killed his 2 daughters. He told detectives that he killed his wife. Originally, that's his original statement. Well, original statement, he didn't have anything to do with it. But after that, he said that, after that statement where he claimed he didn't do anything, he turned around and claimed that he killed Shannon because Shannon killed the children because Chris asked for a divorce. So November 6, 2018, he pleaded guilty to multiple counts of first-degree murder in order to have the death penalty removed. He received 5 life sentences without the possibility of parole. So there's no way he can get out of prison. So 6 months later, after he was convicted, on March of 2019, he finally admitted to smothering his 2 daughters. So as we all know, Shannon was pregnant with their son, baby Nico. In January of 2019 was when he was supposed to be born. Unfortunately, he will never be born. He was robbed of that privilege. So Chris disposed of his family's bodies. He put his 2 daughters in some oil tanks, and he buried Shannon in a shallow grave nearby. Chris told investigators, "I didn't want to do this, but I did it." And you know, that statement in its own just bothers me, because if you didn't want to do it, why did you do it? You didn't have to do it. You could have just, filed for divorce and moved on like every other citizen. But no, you chose to selfishly murder your children and your wife and your unborn child. That's like, that's really. Okay, that's all I have for you today. If I missed anything, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. I'm pretty sure I did miss some things. I promise my videos are gonna get better, hopefully. So tune in next week for Sarah's video. She's doing a true crime video on Gypsy Rose Blanchard, I believe. And hopefully her video is a lot better than mine was. So if you like this video, please leave a like and leave a comment below if there's anything that I missed or anything that, I should have corrected. And if you want to see more videos from me and my friend Sarah, please subscribe and have a great day. Stay safe out there and don't do stupid things. Okay, goodbye.